You want to say something and then we go?
Yep, I'll hear you guys.
All right, well, let's give a round of applause for the band. As the song says, good times never felt so good. So we're here to celebrate today. So thank you all for coming. My name is Bryan Davis. I'm the proud superintendent of the Oshkosh Area School District. It's my honor and privilege to welcome you to the groundbreaking ceremony of Vel Phillips Middle School, the future home of Merrill and Webster Stanley Middle School communities. First of all, let's give them a round of applause. First of all, I'd like to start with some acknowledgement from our communications director, Katie Neiman, who's put together today's event. So Katie, give her a round of applause. Phenomenal job of setting this historic event up. I'd like to first also recognize some honored guests who are with us today. Current school board members, Bob Poeschl, Dr. Barbara Herzog, Chris Wright, Christopher Carnes, Stephanie Carlin, and Liz Salaji. Thank you for your leadership on our current school board. Also want to highlight our high school board representatives, Annika Larson and Elise Liskey, who are, I believe, maybe with us today. So if we can give them a round of applause, our high school representatives. We also know that this event and this groundbreaking was years in the making, so I also want to honor some past board members who were serving on the school board during the 2020 school referendum that passed. We have Kelly Olmstead, Jim Evans, and Allison Gardner who are with us today, so thank you so much for your leadership. I'd also like to recognize the work of former superintendents, Stan Mack and Vicki Cartwright, as well as our Deputy Superintendent, Dave Gunlock, who's with us today, whose work paved the way for passing this referendum. So thank you, Dave, for your leadership. We also have some local dignitaries here today that I want to recognize who have been proud partners in this work. We have Oshkosh City Manager Mark Roloff. Mark's with us today. Oshkosh Mayor Lori Palmari. Winnebago County Executive John Damel, State Senator Dan Fyan, Representative Gordon Hintz, University of Wisconsin Oshkosh Chancellor Andy Levitt, and the outgoing, unfortunately, Chamber of Commerce CEO John Casper. So give John a round of applause. I'd also like to recognize our outstanding partners in Bray Architects and Meyer Construction who have helped bring this incredible vision to life. So thank you to Meyer and Bray. Give them a round of applause. And now I'd like to reintroduce the Merrill Middle and Webster Stanley Middle School bands, directed by Kenny Thayer and Kaylee Sparks. Please direct your attention to these talented musicians as they play our national anthem. much. Today is a big day for all of us here. It's a culmination of a collaborative planning effort started many years ago, thanks to the vision, passion, and dedication of countless partners and stakeholders, many of whom are with us today to join in this celebration. As a district, we are grateful to be part of the community that understands the importance of our students and schools, that's eager to learn with us, and ultimately trusts that what we do is best for these students. Vel Phillips Middle School is a testament to what it means to put students first, which is our highest priority as a school district. It prioritizes our district's commitment to equitable resources, and it is the first of many milestones that we plan to build together in our future. As you'll hear throughout today's ceremony, it's a great time to be part of the Oshkosh Area School District. Thank you for joining us today and being part of this journey to excellence. And now I'd like to introduce our Board of Education President, Mr. Bob Poeschl.
Hello everyone. First, I want to thank you for being here today. Your presence here shows the importance of the steps and the changes that we're doing in our community. So, give yourself a round of applause for being here today. It shows that students are supported. So, I'm excited to be here today. On behalf of the Oshkosh Area School District Board of Education, it is an honor to be here with you all today, celebrating the bright future of Vel Phillips Middle School. First and foremost, I want to thank you, and I want to thank the citizens of the greater Oshkosh community that made this happen through their voting. This groundbreaking event is symbolic of our community's commitment in investing in our students, in our schools, and our future. I would also like to thank the many individuals that dedicated hours of their time learning about the district's facilities needs, evaluating the options, and ultimately providing the board and the administration with a community-supported long-range facilities plan that the school board could approve. Vel Phillips Middle School is just the beginning of our journey forward. As a school board, we are committed to putting students first and prioritizing modern schools that are more efficient, effective, and equitable for all of our students. Vel Phillips Middle School will be a place where our children have the tools to realize their potential. It will be a place where our staff are able to truly engage students in interactive learning and support the needs of the whole child. This state-of-the-art school will foster our children's curiosity, expand their understanding of what they are capable of, and ignite a passion for lifelong learning. To our future Vel Phillips Middle School students, families, and staff members, we are so excited to provide you this incredible learning environment. But even more than that, we are excited to see you embrace this incredible opportunity, to see you grow in your understanding of the world, develop your interests, and show our community, the world, the greatness that you are capable of. It's a great day in the Oshkosh Area School District, and it's a great time to be part of the Oshkosh Area School District. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Poeschl. Now I'd like to invite Kim Nguyen to the podium. In addition to being a fierce advocate for our district and our students, Kim is also one of our original members of the Facilities Advisory Committee. He, along with our other FAC committee members, played a critical role in getting us to this exciting point. Mr. Nguyen.
Dr. Davis asked me to keep this under an hour, so you might want to find a seat. I am pumped to have been given this opportunity to speak to you today. I'm a parent of 2 boys in the Oshkosh schools, and I was one of the members of the Facilities Advisory Committee that met in 2019 to help develop the district's long-term plan to improve and modernize our schools and facilities, many of which, as you know, are among the oldest in the state. The committee was comprised of a broad mix of residents, parents, of course, administrators, and staff to ensure we would cover as many points of view and aspects of the plan as possible. I originally got involved in our school district's affairs as part of the Budget Reconciliation Committee in 2013 in the lead up to the 2014 referendum. At the time, we were facing a catastrophic loss of funding, and we were faced with having to choose which terrible cuts to make if voters did not approve the new funding. On the table were increases in classroom size, cuts to sports teams, arts, music, theater, all the things that engage students, broaden their horizons, and turn them into well-rounded human beings. Fortunately, Oshkosh voters understood the effect of those cuts and voted to pass that referendum. It has been so heartening to see Oshkosh believe in investing in schools, its students, and its community. This belief in public education has shown itself over the last decade, starting with the funding for and building of Oakland School in 2012. I got the email asking me if I would say a few words here today while I was traveling with our WAVE robotics team to La Crosse, a competition in La Crosse, where they won the Excellence in Engineering Award and peer awards such as the Most Magnificent Mechanism. The WAVE robotics team is made up of high school students who meet at the new Fab Lab facility at North High to build a new robot each year that can compete in challenges with teams from around the world. These students learn incredibly valuable skills in engineering, CAD, electrical, systems, modern machinery, 3D printing, software, communications, marketing, and teamwork. That's a lot. Many of these students go on to careers in STEM, many of them to Oshkosh Corp down the road, many of them to Mercury Marine, and some of them, like Miley Chang, onto NASA. That is the kind of educational opportunity I want for all the kids in this district. This new school, with its modern classrooms and facilities, will help us meet the needs of generations of students. It is one big step in our decades-long journey to a better, brighter future for our students, a future in which we build a stronger economy right here in Oshkosh, in Wisconsin, one that will export its products, services, and ideas out to a global economy. I am proud that Oshkosh has spoken loud and clear, good schools make great community.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nguyen. Next, please join me in welcoming Lisa Peterson to the podium. Lisa is a 6th grader at Merrill Middle School and is one of this year's Martin Luther King Jr. Essay Contest winners. Lisa?
MLK was mind-blowing, but he didn't do it alone. He had a colleague that helped him the whole way, Dorothy Height. Dorothy does not get as much recognition, but her perseverance and great determination truly helped the world. Both of them affected the world in extraordinary ways, and without them, we'd be living in a much different way now. MLK was a civil rights activist. He was extremely intelligent. The rules of the city buses were that all African-American passengers were obligated to sit in the back of the bus and give up their seats to any white person that was standing. This angered African-Americans in Montgomery, which caused the Montgomery bus boycott in 1955. MLK and many others boycotted the bus for as long as it would take. The government finally caved and declared bus segregation illegal. Dorothy Height was a civil rights and women's rights empowerer. Dorothy was extremely gifted, and she was accepted into Barnard University, New York City, but wasn't allowed to attend due to her race. She got her bachelor's degree and master's degree in psychology. In 1961, Dorothy was president of the NCNW, National Council for Negro Women, for 40 years. In 1989, Height received the Congressional Gold Medal and was inducted into the Hall of Fame. She was estimated to have about 24 honorary degrees and was overall greatly gifted and intelligent. She was a role model to African-American women and little girls all over the world. Dorothy Height worked with MLK for many years, but Height doesn't get as much recognition as MLK. MLK and Dorothy Height both heavily influenced how we live today. The Montgomery bus boycott lasted 13 months. MLK was arrested many times in his life, but that didn't affect how he thought. Martin had a mullish soul, and though it got him in trouble, he stayed mighty. Dorothy found loopholes and problems. She was a great representation of what a leader should do, act, and stand for. A true leader doesn't stand for what they want, they stand for what they believe. They are selfless and do the laudable thing no matter what obstacles stand in their way. Granted, both were leaders. Martin's world-famous "I Have a Dream" speech was a brain blender. It got people thinking. MLK encouraged people to stand up with him, to fight with him. He believes equality was the best way to end racism. Because of MLK and Dorothy Height, we can walk the streets knowing our worth. We can be proud of ourselves for who we are and have strong minds that not even the thunder could break. As a Black woman growing up in America, I can look up to MLK and Dorothy Height. I can help make a difference. I've been told that people wanted nothing to do with me because of my race. I've had people touch my hair without my consent. It feels like sheep's wool. Oh my God, your hair is so poofy. Your hair looks like Einstein. I have heard all of these comments countless times. I have even had people of my own race invalidate me because I wasn't Black enough. Hearing all of these comments is truly soul-crushing. No one should have to feel ashamed of what they can't control. That is why I try so hard to fight for what is right. But it's not only me that can help. Others can too. There are great quantities of ways to fight for civil rights. Peaceful protests, art, and speeches, and many more. One of the most effective ways to inspire civil rights is to show more diversity to inspire children. Most children don't want to do a job they don't see people like them doing. Bring racial diversity into jobs like doctors and teachers. We can't have change if no one takes part in it. In order to continue to change the world, we have to be the change that we want to see. You and I can all change the world by bringing racial diversity in jobs, using our voice, and being a leader, just like MLK and Dorothy Height. This new school will affect us in many ways. Vel Phillips was an extremely brilliant woman, and she inspired many souls. Val and Dorothy both have many similarities, such as activism, empowerment, politics, the list goes on. I, as of many of you, are very excited to see how this new, excellent school will affect our minds and open up new doors to opportunities. It is truly an honor to be able to attend Vel Phillips Middle School in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. That was great. You're a shining example of the impact that Vel Phillips Middle School students will have in our community and in our world. Now, please join me in welcoming Mukamwe and Mushi Subulwa, a future Vel Phillips Middle School family to the podium.
Subulwa, and I am in second grade at Elementary School. I am so excited about this new school that it's named after a woman. It's inspiring in that she was a black woman. It makes me feel seen. Thank you for choosing to name this school after Vel Phillips. This is one way to make sure me and my friends dream big dreams, just like that.
My name is Subulwa, and I'm in 5th grade at the Oshkosh Area School District. When my family asked you to choose Vel Phillips' name, I honestly did not think it would happen. I'm so used to not seeing myself in this town. Thank you so much for leading and dreaming different dreams.
Greetings, my name is Subulwa. Like you've seen, I'm a parent of 2 sons that are in the Oshkosh School District. Obviously, a black parent, those 2 sons. A black parent of 2 sons that attend OASD schools and never see themselves reflected in a positive and meaningful ways. They don't seem to see teachers that look like them in the classrooms or principals' offices. They don't see themselves in the Oshkosh Area School District School Board, the seat of Oshkosh Common Council, the Winnebago County Board of Supervisors. Everywhere they look, in official spaces, they are absent, erased, invisible. I'm here today to thank you, making them and their experiences visible, validated, represented, by choosing to honor Vel Phillips at this new school. While selecting the name of the middle school after Vel Phillips will not get us a more equitable district, it does at least show that the district understands that representation matters and that our kids need to be seen. Thank you for dreaming big. Thank you, Oshkosh, for this big dream. And this is a big deal for our kids. As you can see, this community moves beyond just Oshkosh. I think for those who pay attention, we have so many people from different parts of the world coming to this town. To me, it tells me that our community just moves beyond just the boundaries that we see every day. Thank you so much.
Great, excellent. Thank you both, or thank all of you for your perspectives and experiences. They are critical to demonstrate, as you mentioned, the far-reaching impact that this school will have and our district has, both for our families and for our entire community. So thank you for your words. I would now like to welcome Principal Kristi Levy to the podium. It's an honor to have Principal Levy leading our future Vel Phillips Middle School community. Principal Levy?
Good morning and thank you for coming out. My name is Kristi Levy. And when I got started and students came into the building, it wasn't hard to see why they felt that way. Our students are brilliant and passionate and resilient, and they're kind and they're caring. And so I've had opportunities to see what they see, and I understand now why they say that they choose to be here. So I was a little late this morning because I spent time in my office with a student this morning that was having a hard time, and we talked about poetry, and we talked about Maya Angelou, and we talked about holding your head high and persevering when things get hard. And that conversation that we had is not unique to me. That's the conversation that's happening with hundreds of students in dozens of classrooms with all of our staff at Webster and Merrill. And so when I think about how that connects to why we're here today, what they were really telling me in August when they met with me was that I come here because I see kids here and our kids matter. And that's what brings them back here day after day. And so when I think about the opportunities that this provides us, and what it will mean to us to open Vel Phillips, I concur with all the sentiments that were shared. We'll provide better learning opportunities, we'll be a driver of commerce in our community, and all of those things are important. But when I look at that picture sitting there behind us, I don't just see a better building. I see a symbol that our community is finally saying the same things that our teachers have been saying to our kids for many years, which is, I see you and you matter. And so thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts. This is going to be something that will change what education looks like in Oshkosh for many, many years to come. So thank you for coming out.
Thank you, Principal Levy. As I mentioned before, it's an exciting time to be part of the district and the community. All right, and now, for the moment that we've been waiting for, it's time to get digging. We've got quite a few folks here to participate as part of our Vel Phillips Middle School community, as well as various individuals and organizations that have been responsible to get us up to this point. So we'll be doing a series of ceremonial shovel turns. First up, of course, because we're students first, we will have student representatives of our future Vel Phillips Middle School. So students can come forward to lead us in the first ceremonial shovel turns. So please join me in welcoming 6th graders from Webster Stanley Middle School, Tasha Hilson and Olivia Baer. And then 6th graders from Merrill Middle School, Yanais Mills, Blake Lederhaus, and Lisa Peterson. Come on up. Give them a round of applause. All right. So we got a few directions here, and obviously we're conscious of liability, so we got the hard hats and we got the gold shovels. So we'll. We also have some confetti cannons for a little drama here. So let's get a little photo op. So on the count of 3, shovel turns. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. All right, thank you so much. Another round of applause for our students. You guys can head back to mentioned, we have a wave of celebrations today. So next we'd like to call up our current and former school board members and high school representatives that were able to join us today for their shovel turn. Due to budget constraints, we only had one confetti cannon trigger. So, figured we'd save that one for the kids. All right, and we'll do a shovel turn on 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I think we're good. Next wave, we have members of the Original Facilities Advisory Committee. So if you're a member of the Original Facilities Advisory Committee, if you could come on, make your way up here, grab a hard hat and a shovel. And we'll get the picture and do a shovel turn with you. All right, and shovel turn on 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Tom, I think you have the longest throw, so congratulations. Thank you so much for your work on leading us up to this point. Next, we have Wave 4, which is our current Merrill and Webster Middle School staff members representing our future Vel Phillips Middle School staff. Certainly we couldn't bring everybody here today because we're in school, unfortunately, but we have representatives here. So if you could please come forward to participate in today's festivities. We have Kim Redlin, Huang Nguyen, Amy Hughes, Paul Smith, Kelly Schweiner, Jake Kohlemeyer, Chris Hayes, and Kristi Levy. You could all come forward to be recognized for your work. Shovel turn on 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Congratulations. Thank you all. All right, and last but certainly not least, we have our honored guest and dignitaries. So if we could have Mark Roloff, Mayor Palmieri, John Dable, I'm not sure if he was able to make it or not, Senator Fine, Representative Hintz, Dr. Levitt, we'd love to have you come up and join us, and John Casper. We could have you guys join us up front if you'd like. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's an exciting time for our district and community. We'll continue to take a few more ceremonial pictures, so I ask that our district level staff leaders stay here and come up to the front. I'd like to be able to touch base with some of the kids also that participated today to get a few more pictures. Anyone else that would like to stick around, you get your picture next to the equipment back here, the pictures. You're more than willing to stay around for as long as you want, although I think the rain's coming pretty soon, so we'll make it pretty quick. So thank you all for celebrating this great day today here in Oshkosh, and have a wonderful day. Be well, everyone.